Hey guys, Brian Delivers You the Goods here, returning to you this afternoon for a movie review. Sorry about the background noise, the stray kitties meowing so much, so please forgive that. Hopefully you will enjoy this review for Night Swim, the 2024 movie that I'm reviewing for you guys. Sorry, I'm hiccuping because I'm trying to swallow down some food that I was eating a moment ago, and I'm still finishing it. It's McDonald's, of course, so I was able to get McDonald's today. So pretty much gonna discuss what I watched for this hour and 38-minute movie, Night Swim, and let you know my thoughts on this movie overall. So let's dive into this movie review. Now, basically, technically when she hit the credit scene, it's like at the almost hour and 30-minute mark. But honestly, excuse my coughing. Honestly, this movie was kind of meh. I didn't necessarily hate this movie, but I just was in the middle with it. This premise is interesting, but some of the jump scares are kind of weak. I mean, the story had something going for it, for what it was trying to explain, but was it a good movie? It was meh. I'm weighing the balance with this movie because there are some good points and there are some weak points. The weak points are some of the jump scares don't really terrify you. That's the weak point. The good points are the story. The story had something compelling going for it, and it's about this underwater creature or whatever, some kind of spirit or ghost or whatever. Give me a second, gotta pause the video. Sorry guys, had to pause the video. My sister was calling me for a second. She needed help with something. So basically, with what I've seen with this movie, I'm in the middle with it. The story, like I said, story had something good going for it, but the pacing is another execution flaw that I didn't necessarily think was great about the movie. And it's about this guy who had a baseball accident, and his family and him are trying to find a new place to settle down at. And they find this place, but with a haunted pool in a way. That's what I'm gonna call it, the haunted pool. I'm just kidding. But still, there's some kind of spirit that's basically in the pool that pretty much is trying to take people down. It's like a little ritual sacrifice in a way. Like, you get the nice lifestyle as long as you sacrifice one of your kids or whatever, or something like that. So it's pretty messed up. But still, honestly, from what I think of this movie, sadly disappointing. It's I was kind of meh for some moments in the movie, but yeah, now that I think about it, this movie's not very good. It tried to be something interesting. Like I said, the story was interesting. The execution to it was not. Like, the pacing, the jump scares weren't that great. So there were probably a bit of negative gripes of this movie. But overall, I would give this a disappointing rating of a 5.5 out of 10. It's a letdown. I wanted to give it a 6 out of 10. I really did, because the story kind of left me like, okay, this is slightly interesting, but at the end of the day, Night Swim is not a good film. So, if you want to watch the movie, by all means, go ahead, but I wouldn't waste your time for 90 minutes of this film. I mean, I had to just to review it, but overall, this movie's a sad disappointment. So 5.5 out of 10 for Night Swim. I really think the story could have been something as long as the pacing wasn't that terrible and that poorly executed. So with that being said, I think some of the story was kind of a little ridiculous from time to time with how it turned out, but it tried to be something. At least they tried to go with something with this movie, but it didn't. It was a flop. So with that being said, thanks for watching this movie review. Sorry that I was changing my opinion on it. I was just noticing when I really look back at the movie of what I watched, I'm like, yeah, this wasn't really that good. So, pretty much, thanks for watching this movie review this afternoon.